Thanks for joining us today. Welcome to the video series on the 6 functions of problem exploration for the change and implementation process. This series is produced by the Capacity Building Center for States and funded by the Children's Bureau. In this module, we're going to break down the 6th and final step in problem exploration. Isolate the root cause or causes to address. Remember, at this point, a team has identified a problem, created a data plan to explore the problem, collected and analyzed the data, identified possible contributing factors and possible root causes, and explored and validated those possible root causes. In this video, we will talk about isolating the root cause or causes a team will address and gathering consensus from the team of stakeholders before working to address the problem. Let's get started. By isolating or selecting the root cause or causes to address, teams are able to consider feasible solutions to address the problem. Throughout problem exploration, teams think about being flexible and feasible. It is important to think through the resources it takes to implement a solution and determine whether the team has the resources necessary to implement it independently or whether they will bring in additional support. At this point in problem exploration, teams also need to understand if they have enough information about the root cause or problem to move to the next step in the change management process. If more information is needed, teams can repeat earlier steps, like collecting and analyzing data. Once the team has identified and validated possible root causes and explored feasibility, it is time for the team to select one or a few to address as part of the agency's change initiative. As teams document the final selection of the root cause or causes to isolate and address, think about including the following: the data or research that points to the selected root cause or causes as a source of the problem, the likelihood of being able to address the selected root cause or causes based on feasibility considerations, and the consensus among the team members that this is the root cause or causes to address. While conducting deeper problem exploration, it is useful to keep in mind 5 dimensions of organizational capacity, including organizational resources, infrastructure, knowledge and skills, culture and climate, and engagement and partnership. Some organizational capacity considerations reflect the processes of gathering and analyzing data, exploring the problem in depth, and identifying root causes. For example, does the team have the knowledge and skills to analyze data and root causes? Do the infrastructure and information systems enable access to needed data? How can partnerships support data gathering and analysis? Are data sharing agreements in place? Answering these questions together as a team will help the team to identify where they might need to engage additional partnerships or resources to fully explore problems. It's time to check in with our example again to see where they're at with isolating the root cause or causes to address. Through additional data sources, the team has been able to confirm the root causes of the problem, including the agency culture focuses more on mothers and does not equally value the potential role of fathers, and 2, that caseworkers lack knowledge and skills related to engagement of non-custodial fathers. The agency also has a commitment from leadership and has the resources they need to address these root causes. The team will document the root cause along with supporting data, setting the stage for the next phase in the change and implementation process, developing a theory of change. Before moving to the next part of the change and implementation process, it's a good idea for teams to assess whether the critical tasks for problem exploration are complete, including a team is formed to guide the change and implementation process, a problem is identified, data and information about the problem is obtained and analyzed, needs and characteristics of affected populations are identified, the root cause or causes are identified, the findings are reviewed with stakeholders, including those on and off the team, and a determination is made that data and analyses are sufficient to explain the root cause or causes of the problem. Problem exploration is a critical foundation for effective change initiatives, but remember that the process should be approached with flexibility and in a feasible way. By having these milestones in place before moving forward, teams increase their ability to effect positive change. Let's take a moment to check in on what we've learned about exploring and validating root causes. Why do teams isolate the root cause to address? To consider how they may address the root causes within resources and to ensure they have enough information. How do teams isolate the root cause or causes to address? By documenting and justifying the selected root cause through data, with considerations for feasibility and consensus. What can help teams isolate the root cause or causes to address? Considering the agency capacity for data analysis and how agency capacity impacts the root cause or causes. Now that we've reviewed all 6 essential functions of problem exploration, feel free to go back and rewatch any of the modules to refresh your memory. Remember to use the Problem Exploration Workbook to reflect on your learning, record any outstanding questions, and think through your next steps. Join us in the next series of video modules where we will break down the essential functions of developing a theory of change.